All right. Here we have the symbols for the nodes of the moon. So in this video, we're going to talk about what they are and how we can interpret them in an individual chart or in like a collective transit reading. Okay, so the symbol that's bulging down is the south node, and the one bulging up is the north node. So here the south node is black and the north node is purple. Okay. So here is like a little bit of like a representation. It's not in scale, but how to determine what the nodes of the moon are in astronomy in a way. So the nodes of the moon are directions, and it is the direction in space at which the moon aligns with the sun and the earth at the time of the new and full moon. And this only happens twice a year, every 6 months or so, because of the slight tilt of the moon's orbit. So you can see here it's 5 degrees tilted orbit around the earth. So at other times of the year, the moon is either too high in its orbit or too low in its orbit at the time of the full and new moons. And that's why only every 6 months we have some eclipse activity where the moon is either exactly in between or in between enough the sun and the earth that we can notice it, or behind the earth from the perspective of the sun, which then would create a shadow on the moon, which gives us like a red tinted full moon, then the lunar eclipses. So that is what the nodes stand for. It stands for that alignment of the sun, moon, and earth, that direction. And it takes 1.5 years for the nodes of the moon to move through one sign, that zodiac sign. So they are moving in an opposite direction than the planets are moving. And it takes 18.6 years or so to go the full cycle around, so that they are then back where they started. So that's one, like, I guess, measure of maturity you've been through when you're 18 is the nodes of the moon cycle, the nodal return. Okay, so that's what they are. Now, I'm not sure about, like, is it like this or like this? Like, how do you tell in space which one is the north node and which one is the south node? Is it like based on like on the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse, like when the moon goes above the ecliptic, maybe that's the north node, like when it goes above after maybe the solar eclipse, or is it the lunar eclipse? That's why I'm not sure, but it's like, if you know, please let me know because I'm interested. Okay, so indeed, if you want to hear about the current or last year nodes, you can look at my older videos for the collective transits, like what I've talked about them. And there's coming like a video also, or I don't know what, maybe this comes up, maybe I'll post this after that one comes out, about the beginning of 2025, the until 13th of April, I looked at some charts from the beginning of the year to get a feel for the themes of the coming year. So you can check that out later if you want. But yeah, so if you're interpreting a personal chart and a birth chart, you can look at these moon's nodes. You can look. Oh man. Okay, let me grab it. The south node would be where the soul is coming from in a way. It is showing us, it can show innate gifts in a way that of that sign is kind of like a inheritance or what we bring from previous lives or in our inheritance, these skills that we have already or something that is kind of innate in us. Or it can also show early life, like what themes the early life for us, even this life, has. So you can think of it in those different ways. And the placements that would be close to this south node would also show more about it. There can be like challenging aspects like maybe Saturn or Chiron that would show like a struggle in the past, in the early life or in past lives. Or it can show like what, like even, well, maybe if there's like instead like a Venus or a moon, then you're bringing that wisdom of Venus or the moon or into this life. And then you can also look at the associated planet with that sign where the south node is, and then that will give you more information about that past. And the north node would show the direction of the evolution of the soul and the themes of that sign and of the house. The same with the south node. You can look at the sign and the house together, make like a nice synthesis of those themes, and that will be the themes of that soul's evolution, where they're coming from and where they're going. And then again with the north node, the sign, the associated planet, you can look at that, their sign and house. You can then find out what is helping you to get there, to this north node, to this evolution. All right, and then the collective transits, then south node can bring up from the past unresolved things or what has been working about those themes for us, and kind of an evaluation of it collectively for that 1.5 years about that theme. And also with regards to these are always like a pair, so together the south and north node signs, when we come to a place where we have evolved past the past limitations, or we have been able to bring that innate ability forward that might have been repressed. And at the same time, we've been able to develop the North Node abilities, the themes in our lives. Then these two start to form together something even more than what they are separately. So that's the ultimate kind of goal, is not these separate energies, but how are they working together in harmony to build this bigger whole and this bigger dance moves together. Yeah. I think that's like the gist of it. So let me know if this was unclear or clear, or if you would like to know about something else in astrology. Send me an email or comment, like the video, so that way you can let me know what's up, what's good, what's what you want to hear about. Okay, so there's also tarot readings on this channel, and also astrology and tarot in Finnish. If you subscribe, don't be surprised, or be surprised if you didn't listen to this whole video, but I thought I'd disclaim that. Okay, remember to nurture your Mars, your instinct, your will, your authentic individuality in your own rhythm. And yeah, until next time, more astrology to come in the future. Take good care. Bye bye. Dun 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 dun.